The second race of the West Coast String is Phoenix Raceway. On the pole, Joe Jefferson, and sitting behind him is Johnny Gardner in the 2. Rest of the qualifying order on the left side of the screen. Last time we went here, we had a very close finish between Mitchell Carter and Carter Friesen. Carter Friesen coming out on top. Will we see it again as the pace car goes in? Getting set for 47 laps, one of the longest races lap-wise. Here we go. Jefferson goes a little bit wide in turn 1, nearly gets turned, goes the 17, and he's in the middle now, so Pierre and Jack nearly got turned in that corner. Do they stay green? Yes, they do, as we've got a 3-wide battle for the lead. Stephen Walsh Jr. to the inside of Joe Jefferson, but it's Jurakowski who is going to the inside of him. They're 4 wide, and there they go. Jefferson gets to the inside, and not as many cars as I thought were going to be involved, but it's the 93 at Code Red getting heavy damage after hitting the 2. Did Joe Jefferson come back up the track? No, he saved it. In fact, he's back in 3rd. So let's see what happened with the 93 of Code Red getting the most damage out of that. Lap 2 crash after they go 4 wide out of turn 2 at Phoenix. That's the 38, I believe, up off the ground, and he's upside down. So there was actually another wreck in the back. So first off, let's see what happens up here. There's a 26 going around. They're nearly going 5 wide. Not only Johnny Gardner trying to go in the middle of Peter and Jack, but that's the 55 of Roger Ray on the bottom as well. 26 of Logan York gets out of shape. Oh, that was a close call for Ray in the 55, but they go around back here. 2 of the 3 Penske cars get involved. That's the 9 of Fitzwater. There's Code Red coming in at the end, and the 7 of Abby Jacobs. There's the 15 also getting damage. And Jay Jefferson hit the 38, but we'll have to focus on that here, as let's see what happened. So up ahead, it's the 11 and 43 getting into each other. They hit the wall hard. 43 comes down, and Aiden Shepard lifts Al Lagasse up off the ground in flipping. Flips once, and back on all fours. And he might even be able to continue after this race, but I don't know, because here comes Jay Jefferson somewhere in here. Oh yeah, 38 actually came up just a little bit, and Jay Jefferson was coming, so that might just end both their days. And 3 of actually the 3 Penske cars, so all the Penske cars were involved in this one wreck on lap 2 out of 47. There's still a long way to go in this thing. It's Jurakowski, your leader, notoriously good for being good at Phoenix in NR. See what he can do here today. He's leading the race, and he will lead them back to the restart. See who's out from that. Halleck Jefferson, Eperminian Gardner, and Hunter, Lagasse, Red, Vargas, and Oskins a lap down. But when I saw that 26 go sideways, I thought it was going to be a way bigger mess than it was actually. So back green, and it's Jurakowski getting a big jump. from Stephen Wallace Jr. and Sarah Oskin. They make it clean again, and it's the 5 and 55, your top three. Stephen Wallace Jr. trying to go for second. He'll get to the inside of Roger Ray. 31 makes a dive bomb move down to the bottom. Eli Bright is now third, and Wallace Jr. trying to take first away from Jarakowski. But now here comes Bright, 3 wide to the bottom. Nearly locked together, the 47 and 5R. And heading into turn 1, they keep it clean again. The 31 now has the lead and clears the 47 of Stephen Wallace Jr. Now we've got a battle for second. Roger Ray, way down on the inside, made up a whole bunch of time on Eli Bright that time around. As they're all following, oh, the 47 nearly got turned by the 5. Single file for the front 5. And the 47 nearly turned the 55, but that's going to get Roger Ray to the lead. So the 55 of Roger Ray to the front after nearly getting wrecked. But we've seen that at Las Vegas too. They get almost turned around in turn 2, but they save it, and it actually gives them a gap over the competition. So now here comes the 47, way high on that corner. And now they're side by side for first place on lap 12. 3 wide, that's the 21 and 31 making contact. Adam McDowell nearly won last race. He was so close he could see the finish line, but he also saw a lapped car, and lap car ultimately hit him, and they ended up hitting the wall. The yellow's out. Might have just been a simple spin, because not many people have damage. Mathis Wells in the 36. So let's see what this happened, or what just happened. Oh, Wells into the 17, and they go spinning right in front of the field, but that's not going to give much damage to these guys. It's just a simple spin. But the 24 came really close to hitting Peter on Jack. Let's try and pinpoint who. Well, they're all kind of being crowded to the outside by Cobra, but Mathis Wells definitely came up, locked onto the 17, and they go around. And that's how close Nathan Norman in the 24 came to hitting on Jack. Actually, did they hit? I see some debris. It didn't. So these guys definitely going to be able to continue on in the race. But they'll have a lot of ground to make up. As Stephen Wallace Jr. in front, Roger Ray comes in right behind him in second. McDowell is third. Fink in the 14 is fourth, and Eli Bright rounds out the top 5 coming to the restart. So Sam Oskin once again will start on the inside lane. Pace car pulls down pit road. The 33, or that's no one knew is out. Green flag is back out, and once again we see a good jump for the first place car. That was even better than last time. So Fink is going to go to the inside of Roger Ray, who's just beginning to make up ground on the leader. So they go side by side for second. This is what Stephen Wallace Jr. wants to see. They're actually still gaining time on him. So they stay side by side for second in a dead heat between Tyler Fink and Roger Ray. No one has really gotten the edge, but there it is. And then there's another yellow out. Yep. Wasn't like the Orban Minor Series race, but hit 3 cautions so far, and that's a 7 on pit road. Doesn't have much damage, so Abby Jacobs might have flipped. I hit the wall in the 12-2. So it's Mathis Wells again. He's trying to make up spots, but then Abby Jacobs goes way high into the 12. Hits the wall hard. Hard enough to warrant her being teleported to pit road as she stops on the track. And there's really not much else to see there. Eerie look of how empty this track is because I'm just trying to improve the frame rate any way I can. It's too crispy every time I run this mod. Oh, Fink is pulling down. So Fink with the problem. He was in the top 3. What a shame. You hate to see it. Fink actually was in second, so he passed Roger Ray. But the run is over for the 14 Stuart Haas Chevrolet. And now your top 5 updated is Wallace Jr., Ray, Fink. Nope, that's wrong. Hasn't been updated yet. Accelerate just 1 lap. So there it is. The 14 had a gearbox issue under yellow. She gets relegated to the back. So Eli Bright is actually 3rd, Anna McDowell 4th, and Trey Wright is 5th. Rakowski has kind of been hanging around in 7th, 6th, around that area. So maybe that's to try and avoid a wreck between the front 5. Who knows? Oskin starting on the inside as usual as we're back green at Phoenix, but Wallace Jr. did not get a good start that time. That's the 55 hot on his tail. He'll get to the inside already down the back straightaway. Is there 3 wide back there? No, actually. And Ray is going to take over that spot as Wallace Jr. goes way wide in that turn. Halfway. Code Luigi is making his way through the field. So he's trying to pass the 51, Christian Russell. And there's another yellow. That's Zachary DeLow in the 32. Yep, just got spun out by the 6. Oh, and there's the 17. So Peter on Jack gets damaged this time, and he stopped on the track. I was about to say probably I should be the one throwing the cautions, but 17 was stopped on the racetrack. Nothing really we could do there. But yeah, not much else to see. The 32 got spun around. DeLow has been having some bad luck lately. And oh, the 24, Nathan Ormond, who narrowly avoided that wreck with Peter on Jack. The other one, not this one, is now out due to a gearbox issue, just like Tyler Fink. So Rob Evans and Abby Jacobs were both out did that last accident, and there's Peter on Jack. He's now out. Zachary DeLillo will be a lap down, but will he start on the inside? As we've got just $20 laps to go. Right now, 19 when we restart. And yes, Zachary DeLillo will start on the inside. Roger Ray, gone. And here's the battle for second. They make contact. And it's ultimately the 21 getting away. And he clears already. In prime position to take that spot away, but he slipped up the corner. And that hindered his performance right there. And catching up to the 55 of Roger Ray. Let's see if Bright's going to lead them back to the caution. No, he won't. Roger Ray will. This track is a blessing and a curse. They have great racing up ahead, but in the back they just can't control themselves. So let's see. 4 wide. 5 wide actually, yes. A ping pong, and that's going to result in the 27, 32, 88, 9. Oh, there's a big flip up ahead. That's DeLillo upside down, rolling a whole bunch of times, and he's going to land on all fours. But the second flip in DeLillo, it's the second time he's been airborne already this season. He was airborne in the clash, nearly in the fence. There he goes. And he gets lifted up off the ground by Cobra. And what a wild wide he goes for. Gets hit at the end by the 6, who spun him out in that first accident. Here it is one more time. Rough tumble for Zachary DeLillo in the 32. Down the front stretch at Phoenix. And maybe we can go green to the end with all the cars out. Now it's DeLillo, Smith, Mills, Fitzwater Sr., Zidell, and Cobra's now a lap down with DeLillo out, so we'll still have 2 cars starting on the inside. Back green. Not as good of a jump for Roger Ray. The 21 right there, and he'll be there going to turn 3. What will he do? He just stays in behind, but the 47 nearly took that 21 out. And Eli Bright's going to go outside of Stephen Wallace Jr., who nearly spun out on that turn. Now they're battling once again for that spot. Rakowski is back. He takes his top 5 spot away from the 34. And now here comes Adam McDowell for first. Side by side. Dowell gets it. 11 to go. As now we are single file for the front 2 now, as here comes Eli Bright. They'll get to the inside of Ray now for second. The 5 made contact with the 42 right there. So they're being aggressive here. As they're going side by side for third now. Barkowski just can't get it away from Roger Ray. Are those the lights? No. So now Ray going to the inside of Bright. Will it be enough to get inside of the 21? He will. As now they're side by side for that spot. It was a good attempt, but he won't lead the lap. What will happen in this corner? Still side by side. Down the back stretch, here they come into turn number 3. And Ray's going to clear. So Roger Ray back to the lead. The 5, Barkowski making up another spot. He's now 4th, and that's Brett Sierra. It's been an up and down season for him, but now he is trying to go for 6th, maybe 5th on Code Luigi. Didn't quite get inside that turn, but now he is. And oh, man, that was close again. But with all the aggressive racing out front, then that's going to be a yellow in the back. How'd I know? So this might be it. The 21 might have got it, but as we saw in the Orb Minor Series race, they did go 2 laps. So let's see what the cause of this was. It was lap 42, wasn't it? Oh, here it is. Came up right in front of the 6 of Hamill. It's actually up on top of him. The 88 nearly avoids it. Yeah, that's an interesting one for sure. 39 just kind of got picked up. And that's what brought the caution out. Maybe the final one today, if we can't get this back going. Oh, we will. 1 lap. 1 lap to try and win. So it'll be Adam McDowell, Roger Ray, Eli Bright, Brett Sierra, and Code Luigi. No lap cars on the inside, and it's all about whether or not the leader gets a big jump on the restart. Here we go. Green flag is out. Not that great. But Bright's inside. That might be it, as Bright goes to the inside of Ray, but who knows? He could have a big run heading into turn number 3 on McDowell. He does. That's close, but he nearly gets turned by the 10. They're 3 wide for second, but it's Adam McDowell winning at Phoenix. The racing up front was good, but the race didn't have the, or it did have the cautions to show for it. It was like 7 for 47 laps. It's probably the most I've had ever in a race. You know, you like the battles up front. You like seeing everyone be aggressive for the lead, but when they're aggressive for last place, getting like 8 wide in the dog leg and try and merge into turn number 3, it's not going to work. And that's what ultimately ruined this race a little bit. But at least we had a good finish with the last attempt, or first Oh. So congrats to Adam McDowell in the 21 for the win. So close last race at Vegas, but he gets it again today. Got another shot. And Eli Bright ends up second. Roger Ray third, who flipped in that Vegas race. Brett Sierra fifth. Fourth, Luigi fifth. Rakowski sixth. Seventh was Riley Snare. Eighth was Trey Wright. Ninth was Stephen Wallace Jr. And running at the top 10 is Christian Russell. 21 cars on the lead lap. They just couldn't stop crashing. Oskin and Cobra 1 lap down each. And 24th on down were out. I'm definitely not going to read all those names. So that's it for race number 4. Hopefully they learn how to not wreck at Auto Club, but I'm not too optimistic. But we'll see. They can't not wreck coming out of or coming into turn 1. We'll see. So let's go to victory lane with Adam McDowell in the 21. Thank you for watching the Coors Light Pro Series. We'll see you next time.